Gloria Ward, and I'm the founder of this amazing sisterhood, the I'm Loving Me Project, where we not only inspire you to love yourself, but we also encourage you, motivate you to live the life you want to live, and also give you some tools, give you some coaching, give you some live events, give you the things that you need in order for you to make good decisions in your life so that you can grow, right? So that you can grow. I'm glad you guys are here. Um, this is the second Inspiration in 30 for 2022. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, let me just make sure I got my Facebook up, which I do. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today was the whole concept of what is it that you really, really want, right? And I asked that question because a lot of us go around and we have our hopes, we have our goals, we have our dreams. You know, we do our New Year's resolutions. We go and we say that we're going to cut this out, we're going to quit smoking, we're going to let this year be the best year that we live. And then all of a sudden, as time goes on, we don't follow what we say we're going to do. We fall back into our regular routine. We say to ourselves, well, we'll do it next year. Well, it's hard and we're trying. But when we really think about it, and when you really sit back and you think about, the things that you really want to accomplish in your life, what is it that you really want, right? What are some of the things that you not only desire, but that you really want to work on within yourself as it relates to your healing of your past traumas and as it relates to, where you see yourself in your life, right? And the only reason why I'm asking you that question is because there's so much disruption going on right now, ladies, where you basically have no choice but to figure that stuff out, right? You have this whole thing where they're about to create a whole virtual reality to take your reality and create a virtual reality called the metaverse, where you could go live in a metaverse and buy clothes and houses and land and all that stuff, right? And I keep telling y'all, the reason why that they creating that metaverse and they're creating all that stuff is because most people believe that their life ain't shit here, and that if they're able to create the life they want, even if it's virtual, right, then they will be cool with that. And they will live in that virtual world for the rest of their lives. Because when they take that stuff off, their life ain't shit, right? It's going to be huge. It already started. But here's the thing that I keep telling you guys: you don't let anybody dictate or control what they believe your life should be, right? You don't let anybody disrupt your life so much where you feel like you have to give up everything in order to please them or satisfy a condition that has been holding you for a very long time, right? You got to be able to figure out what is it that you want, what kind of life you want to live. And you have to be passionate about it and you got to stick to it. Okay? At this day and age, especially as we get older, you know how they say when you start getting older, you stop caring about stuff, right? You say what you want, you go and you do what you want. You start to choose you a little bit more because you start to see that the cycle of life as you get older, once you reach that peak where you at 50 or 60, you start to realize in your life that that roller coaster can only go downhill from there. And so you start to say, F it. I'm not going to sit up here and continue to allow other people to dictate how my life is going to be, right? Because you feel like at this particular age in your life, you should be making your own decisions and doing what you want to do. But what is that though? That's where we got to clear things up. What is that? What is it that you want? Is not airy fairy. I keep telling you guys that. It's not airy fairy. It's not too late. It's not way out there that you can't attain it, right? The only thing that's stopping you from where you are and where you want to be is the thoughts you have and the actions that you take. That's it. That's it. There's nothing standing between you and your dream. There's nothing standing between you and your healing, right? We talk about forgiveness all the time. We talk about forgiveness. We talk about letting things go. We talk about making those hard decisions, right? So that we can live life for ourselves. But in order for us to get what we want, that's a part of what we have to do. We have to hurt some people's feelings because we say, I'm no longer going to serve you. I am going to do me. We're going to have to let some habits go because those habits are not helping us. You should not be sitting up here suffering with all these ailments and everything, and you freaking 40 years old, 35 years old. You need to ask yourself, why am I sitting here in this right now? And what can I do to get myself out of it? Now, you would say, Gloria, well, I don't know. If I knew, I would take the step. If I knew what I wanted, I would go ahead and do it. And I would ask you a simple question. Every day when you wake up, are you completely satisfied with your life and your daily routine? Don't tell me, well, Gloria, I got kids and, I got responsibilities. And no, I'm not always satisfied with it, but it's okay. It's just something that I have to get through right now. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the daily responsibilities you have. I'm not talking about those things that you have to handle to get through the day. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about when you wake up and when you go to bed, right? Are you rising up every day excited about your life? Are you getting up saying, damn, today, you know what? I'm going to do XYZ. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to do this. Or are you waking up complaining? Oh, shit, it's another day. Are you happy it's Friday because you get to chill for the next 2 days? Are you just waking up and you saying, come on, let's hurry up and get through this day so I could go ahead and do what I want to do? Let me just get work out the way. And then once work is out the way, then I can go ahead and have fun for myself. Are you making excuses as to why you're not living the way you want to live? You say, well, Gloria, I wish I had a little bit more money so I can afford my house and I could do this, I could do that. Change it. What's stopping you from making more money? Well, I need to go ahead and get back to school. I'm going to have to, uh, go ahead and see if I could get a better job. I need to go ahead and get those certifications. So you know all the answers as to what you need to do in order to get what you want. Why are you not doing that? Oh man, Gloria, because you got to go back to school and I really ain't got time for that. And then you got to sit down and learn a whole curriculum. And I wasn't good in school when I was younger. So now I know I ain't got time for that now. Well, then you don't want what you want. Because if you already coming up with excuses and hindrances as to why you're not getting what you want, then just imagine how you're going to be when you do take a step and you waste all your money. And then you're going to blame the school or yourself and say, well, I knew I wasn't ready, but I did it anyway because I was trying to see if I could get out there. No, no, no. 2022, ladies, you want something, you desire something, you've been talking about it for the longest. The only thing that's stopping you from what you want is you. You got to be willing to put that work in. You got to be able to sit down and say, I have a problem. You got to be able to sit down and say, I need to be healed. I need to get myself in order. You got to be able to face that. You got to change your mindset if you want to make more money. You can't sit up here and say you broke and money doesn't grow on trees and all this stuff. You got to change the way you think and the money will come. You got to be able to start budgeting. You got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, yes, I've been given and given and given, and I've been out there and I haven't been loving myself. That's why I'm having a hard time finding someone. You have to be able to say to yourself, because of my past and because of what happened to me, I'm afraid to get out there. I had to tell myself that the other day. I said, you know what? When we had the retreat where Robert was here, and like I told you guys before, he told us to write some stuff down so that we can go ahead and figure out what's the thing that's stopping us, right? And so he said, well, Gloria, if you want to share, you can. And I told him, I said, for me, I guess the reason why the relationship part is so hard for me is because I'm afraid to love again. I'm afraid to love again. And the reason why I'm afraid to love again is because in my head, I don't want to go through all of that drama to try to keep something together or to, um, how do you say, compromise and think about someone else, right? And so it's not that I don't want love. It's not like I don't desire love. Hey, Kim, it's not that. It's just the fact that I have a fear about it, right? I have a fear about it. And I know that because I don't want to get back into something and I feel like it takes me away from my focus. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't want to get back into something and I feel like it's going to divert me from what it is that I'm doing now, right? And it's not to say I get silly when I fall in love, but I like to make sure my partner is okay, right? And so I'm saying to myself, well, we don't want to go ahead and do that again. And then all of a sudden, You got to sit up here and, think about if they happy, if you happy and this and that. So I'm just like, well, I choose not to. Every day I go on, I find something wrong, right? My friends will tell you I find something wrong, and then I just don't talk to them anymore. It's not that they're not good people. I just don't give them enough time to get to know them, right? But see, I know that about myself. I know that that's why I can't tell you how to have a relationship because I'm afraid to have one. And I can admit that, right? Not saying that those things might change in the future because I know they will, right? But I own it and I know it and I know what I want, right? I know what I want, but I made a decision and said to myself, well, if it happens, it happens. But I'm not going to go out there and force things to happen, right? Because I'm sure about what I want. And if I don't see it, then that's it. But I know what I want and I know my issue. Do you know what you want? And do you know your issue as to why you're not getting what you want? Because now you have something to work with. Does that make sense? Now you have something to work with where you know if you are having issues with money, relationships, your past traumas, anything like that, you have to look yourself in the mirror and admit why you're this way, why you have this issue, because it's nothing outside of you, it's you. It is you. And I hope you can hear me, right? And usually it's something that happened to us where we don't want that pain again. We don't want that headache again. We don't want to be able to go through that stuff again. So we just sit in one place and say, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to chill right here and I'm just going to do what I do. And whatever happens, happens. But you know what happens? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing happens. Right? Nothing changes. Nothing gets done. You go around in that hamster wheel over and over and over again, right? You want more, but you can't get out. You want better, but you ain't doing right. You want to have this, but you just keep spinning and spinning around. When are you going to get off the hamster wheel, right? When are you going to get off that hamster wheel? And if it's something that you know you need to work through, how you going to work through that so that you can get what you want? Because remember, nothing is stopping us but us. But us. So when I was in there, Robert said something amazing. He was like, so why don't you just stop thinking, Gloria, and just let it flow and all this stuff or whatever? And I said, yeah, I would. But then what I did is when I went out on a date with the person, it was like, y'all, the slightest thing, the you know how when people talk to you and you are looking for an excuse? That was me. You know how you looking for an excuse to get out of something because you really know that you don't want to be there, but you kind of sort of do. You know what you want, but you don't know if this person is it. You tired of going through the whole thing of what you like. Are you married? How many kids you got? All that stuff. And then it's like, okay, well, what you do for a living? Are you happy? Da, 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 you know, and it gets to a point where it gets exhausting. But I said to myself, it is not these people, right? It is not these people. It's me. Because one, I don't even know how to date because I got married a little bit after I graduated college, and everybody that I dated, I was with. You get what I'm saying? So I never dated multiple people at the same time, right? Like going out on dates and doing that. It was like one person, we together for some years until something happens, right? But now that I'm trying to be on this dating scene, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I know that if I want a relationship, I got to figure out how to date because I don't know how. Because I just be like, oh, yeah, I like him. So we together. Oh, we together. You know what I'm saying? And then that's it. I'll just like, we'll see how this goes. And if that don't work out, then we'll be together with someone else. You know what I'm saying? Where that's not how it works. And my point is, y'all, is that when we figure out what we want, we have to be able to understand and know what the barriers are that's keeping us away from that. What are the barriers that are keeping you away from what it is that you said you want, especially for this year, right? Because I told y'all we're not playing small this year. Another thing with me is traveling, right? I have not traveled, to be honest with you, like out the country. The last time I traveled out the country, I was 16. I need to be able to see the world. I want to be able to explore. I want to be able to say that I am this well rounded person that ate real spaghetti in Italy and, saw the Eiffel Tower and went to Egypt. All of these wonderful things, right? Why hasn't it happened? Because for the longest, I've been stuck doing one thing, and I always felt like I just never had the time. Not saying I didn't have the money, not saying that I couldn't go, but I always felt in my head that I never had the time. It was always something else that was more important. And how many times do we do that to ourselves? I'm going to get to it. I don't have the time right now. Maybe later. Well, maybe let me go ahead and put this to the side. Well, this is not that important. Well, it is. It is. It is important, sis. It is time, right? It is time. And so I said to myself, like I told y'all on Wednesday, I don't care. I'm going to Oklahoma, Nebraska, all these little states that I thought that I would just never see in my life. I'm like, why the hell would you tell yourself that you would never see those states? Why would you say that? Because you believe that there's nothing out there. That's not that's in your head. That's what I told myself. How do I know that? Well, it ain't no black people out there. So what? What is out there? You get what I'm trying to say? We limit ourselves so much because of our way of thinking. But we want something, but we talk ourselves out of it all the time. All the time. And you sit up here and you say, damn, if you, God forbid, get stricken with a disease or something like that, or something that is fatal, all of a sudden your mind opens up and your life opens up. Why? Because you know that you are about to expire. So you want to be able to do everything and you don't give a shit at that point, right? Because you already know how it's going to end. Well, goddamn it, it's the same thing. Time is waiting for no one, right? We gotta heal and we gotta love. We gotta heal and we gotta love. We gotta forgive and we gotta let stuff go. All that stuff. If you sitting up here and you got hypertension, diabetes, and you got all that stuff in your body where you got to take all these pills, the reason why you on that is because you're not giving your body what it needs. You got all the stress and everything bottled up inside of you, and it's killing you slowly because your body is telling you this is not what you want, Ashanti. You want something else, but you keep giving me this, and I don't want this. So now I got to break down because you're not giving me what I need. You're not giving me what I need. And now I got to rely on this pill to trick your mind to go ahead and say you do got it. We're not doing that no more, y'all. We want to be able to look at our family and say, I understand that you did the best that you could. I understand and I forgive you for all of the things that I believe that you done to me that hindered me. But what I know right now and what I learned is that in order for me to have what it is that I want, the family I want, the love I want, I have to let you go. I have to let you go. I need to forgive you. I don't have to like you. I don't have to be around you. We don't have to be friends. But I have to forgive you. And I have to put that burden down because it's been holding me for the longest and it's been stopping me from what I wanted for a very long time. I can't take it anymore. And you know what they would say? Oh, I didn't even believe that you were still holding on to that. Well, I'm glad that you letting it go. Because for them, like I told you, they got what they want and they out and they living their life and they moving on, right? You the one that decided to hold on to that. Make it a thing. Allow it to take over your body. Allow it to dictate how you feel, how you love. Put up a wall on you. Lose good people because of it. Trust me. When it comes to the relationship section, I'm there. I'm working on crumbling that wall, y'all. I am. But for me, as far as that is concerned, and in my head, I've allowed myself to love where when I do fully open to someone, this time I want that same love back. Not saying I didn't receive it before, but now I know what real love is. You get what I'm trying to say? Now I know love comes with boundaries. Now I know that love is not only a give and take and compromise, but it's also about loving me and not putting all my efforts into someone else. You hear me? So when I'm standing in front of someone and I'm saying, you know what, I want love again. And this is how I love and this is me. They could choose to accept it or not, and I'm okay with that. but I still got a little bit of stuff I need to work on. And what I'm trying to tell you is that that is okay as long as you're working on it. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is saying you have to be 100% healed before you come. Nobody is 100% healed. What I'm telling you is that when you know what you want and you know what the thorn is in your flesh, you know how to manage yourself well. You know how to get what you want. You know how to form your boundaries. You know what actions to take. You know how to walk around in the world where you are happy. Because even though you know you have a thorn in your flesh, it is not greater than the love that you feel for yourself and the things that you should have and want and deserve in your life. You get what I'm saying? That thorn should not stop you. It's only a reminder. It's only a reminder. And when you are ready and you believe you are cool, pull it out. Pull it out. Because only you can. Okay? I got to leave, but here's what I'm going to leave you with. I don't want you to believe and sit here and keep telling yourself that you can't have what you want. I want to get that out your head. Like, if I can go in your brain and just take it out, I would, but I can't. The only thing I can do is keep reminding you of how amazing you are. And Khadijah, I'm telling you, I tell you all the time how much beauty and love and power and everything that you have in you. You are so community focused. You love your grandkids. You love your kids. You do so much. And the love is there, right? For all of you. We can do, have, and be whatever it is that we want, y'all. That transition is what we don't want to go through. Because that means that we would have to let things go, let people go, let shit go. And that's hard to do because we have to change our whole routine. Now we're going to feel what it feels like to be on the other side. And when you get to that other side, it starts out with nobody. You see what I'm saying? It starts out with nobody. Because all that shit you let go and all that stuff, when you start afresh, you starting by yourself. And what I'm trying to tell you is that that is no longer the case. You have a place where you could come. You have people you can talk to. You have a person that you can talk to, because I understand that shit. I know what that process is like. I don't know what it is when you got kids and grandkids and all that stuff involved. It's a little bit more complex. But I bet you I got somebody who do know that can help you and show you and guide you. But that's all we can do is guide you. You have to make those hard decisions on your own. You make the final decision if it's worth you doing what it is that you want to do. And if that's a no, then be okay with the way your life is right now and don't complain. Just don't complain. Be like, I chose this. This is what I want, and I'm cool with it. But if it's not, change it. Change it. You're not going to be happy in your life. You're never really going to be fulfilled and believe that your life has meaning until you make that decision. All of you who are on right now, y'all stuck with me for 35 minutes because you know you feel it. And you know that something has to change. You know it. And you want to be able to take that step, but it's either fear, circumstance, or whatever it is that is holding you. And what I'm trying to tell you is fear is false. It's not real. It's in your head. It's the thoughts that you are telling yourself that is stopping you. It is not real. It is not real. It's not real. Okay? I love you. I'll see you Monday. Figure it out and let's get to work. Like I said, look, you coming or you staying. That's it. Right? We're gonna put a mask on, we traveling, we gonna go ahead and see the world. We gonna build up this sisterhood, y'all. We gonna work on our healing. We gonna work on our relationships. We really gonna get out here and we really gonna build up this community. That's what God told me to do. But at the same time, I got a thorn in my flesh too, right? I'm walking around trying to figure this shit out too. I'm trying to see how I'm going to navigate and make things happen for myself in my personal life. But I know that's not going to stop me from what it is that I want. It might set me back one or two when I'm feeling down on myself or I'm feeling like I can't get myself together. But what I do know is when I get like that, what happens to me? Y'all are witness of that. It breaks down my body. And I told y'all to this day, even when I went for my follow up for my blood clot, y'all, the doctor still don't know how I got that shit. I don't have the traits like my sister. I don't have any of that. And I told him, I know how I did it. I know how I got it because I allowed myself to feel the fear, to get down on myself, where I literally made myself sick. I know what I did. I know what I did. But I bet you a bitch won't do that no more. I can't. I can't afford to. Everything that I'm doing, everything that you are doing depends on you taking care of your body and your mind and your self esteem, your confidence, everything. All of that goes together. If you're not doing one, something is hindering something else. Know what you want, make those hard decisions, and go after it. Okay? I'll talk to y'all on Monday. I see y'all. Please like and share. Give it out to your friends. Oh, our community, because we're gonna be coming off Facebook, y'all, because Facebook is doing a lot of crazy things where we building our own community. And so we're gonna have our inspiration in 30s there. We'll be able to talk more. We'll be able to, do more in that private setting. That should be ready like in a week or two, and you guys could just come in and we could just get to it and really start to build up that community, because a lot of things we can't do on Facebook talk about, you don't want people sharing, private stuff or whatever. But this year, like I told the team, we got to build it up. The inspiration in 30, I want you guys to be involved. I want to hear. I want to see what other ideas you got. You probably got something good to say to the people. You probably got something that's amazing that happened to you today that you want to share with everyone else. It probably, like Khadijah, your podcast, whatever it is that you're talking about on Mondays, you want to be able to share with the people. We want to be able to have that kind of community where we building up that sisterhood for real. Not just me talking at you, but we all getting healed. We traveling. We listening to good people who are pouring into us, helping us with our dreams, making sure that we are living the life that we want to live, right? And we just can't accomplish that on social media where there's so many rules. So we're going to have our own community to actually do that. So I'll tell you more about it next week. And